So hello fellow banknote collectors, this is Glenn back with another video from Turkey. So anyway, this is an actual Turkish banknote from the Ottoman Empire. And one thing you'll notice on this banknote is it's in the Arabic script, because before 1922 or 24, anyway, the establishment of the Turkish Republic. Turkey was an empire, and they actually wrote Turkish in the Ottoman script, which is derived from Arabic, because Turkey pretty much had been Arabized and Muslimized for about 1,000 years, ever since the early days of them immigrating from Central Asia to the Anatolian Plateau. So anyway, so this banknote is actually probably the most common banknote I've seen on eBay. There's actually not too many, and they're actually not very cheap either. Now, if you see up the top, it has a date 1332 and 6. So this one's was issued in 1913, so before the start of the First World War, and it's valued in 5 piastres. And at the time, so piastre is actually the French name. In Turkey they call it kuruş, so 5 kuruş. So there was 1 lira, Turkish lira, equals 100 kuruş, and 1 kuruş equaled 40 para. So here's a 40 para here. This is the last issue, 40 para, so it's 1332, the same date as this banknote. And this one is made out of copper and nickel. Then we have some other coins that were issued earlier, made out of bronze. So this is a 20 Ottoman, so these are bronze coins. So when they actually make them out of copper and nickel, it's just a lot easier for people to actually use these coins. And here's a 5 para. So a 5 piastre is actually a silver coin, a larger one. I don't actually have any silver coins from Ottoman Empire itself. I have some from Ottoman Egypt. So this is a, well, did I put 5 kuruş here? And they had probably a different value because this one was issued in Egypt. So it's pretty similar to how the Romans issued coins, in which Egypt was actually separated from the rest of the Roman Empire. Same with the Ottoman Empire. North Africa in general had different coinages. Egypt was no different than those that were actually issued in the Ottoman Empire itself. So provincial coinage sort of more like it than a uniform coinage, and I would say that was just to separate the finances of Egypt from those of the central government in Turkey. So the back of this banknote is actually nothing on it. If we look at the actual watermark, you can see it just has lines, diagonal lines. So not too sure. There's actually various issues of this banknote, so maybe they actually issued different watermarks, because it was actually a pretty low denomination. But what would it be equivalent in Australia? Probably in between a 1 and 2 shilling banknote. So that will be. But the Ottoman Empire was actually a lot poorer than Australia has been, because it went from pretty much a Stone Age culture to an agriculture and industrialized culture, because we imported the Industrial Revolution. Turkey actually didn't really industrialize a lot up until after the Second World War, when Kemal Atatürk actually decided to modernize Turkey. but it has a lot of history, and these banknotes are actually not quite cheap. So if we look at eBay, I have some banknotes here. I can't find any sold items. I think I brought my banknote for about $15. But as you can see, these ones are for sale. It doesn't mean these are the actual values, but it just shows you what people actually think these banknotes are actually worth. So I've got 5, and so the cheapest one is what, $50? No, 65. $80. So even if it's only worth at least half of this, then these banknotes are actually quite expensive compared to probably most other banknotes that people see that are actually around. So, and especially for banknotes 1913, most banknotes from 1913 are actually quite expensive. Germany and Austria are a few exceptions because they suffered from hyperinflation. So during the 20s, they had the same banknotes, they just printed and printed and printed. So that's why they're actually quite common. So it's actually quite a nice banknote. Quite happy I actually purchased that, even though you can see it's actually quite damaged. People at the time, because of the value, they wouldn't have actually kept these banknotes, and a lot of people probably would have preferred coins, because 1913 coins were still the preferred method of payment. Banknotes were pretty much still starting out in its infancy. They probably accepted a wider acceptance from the population, but as you know, if you've collected coins from that period, silver and gold was still the predominant coinage of that era. Anyway, here I'll leave the banknote video. I'll leave a link down below to Turkish stuff on eBay. eBay is the best place that I've found to actually buy coins and banknotes. But, you know, you do get frauds, not like a coin shop. So, be careful with what you do on that site. Thank you very much for watching. Have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time. Thank you and goodbye.